Hi guys, it's Maddie here and welcome to another speed build. Today we are out in the open because we are building a little park. It's actually, I don't know, I call this quite a big park really. It's quite a big lot for me. I make very small builds mostly. But I thought for my Sims Let's Play, which I'm currently recording on YouTube right now, I'm having so much fun doing it, that we just needed a bit of green space to walk around in and have nice days out, like chilled days out at the park. Just thought it would be a really nice thing. The other reason that I wanted to do a build like this is because basically I am not very good at landscaping, I don't think. I find it really tricky to make it look like purposefully sporadic, like where trees grow and that sort of thing. But I also find it really hard to make things look really neat as well. I'm just all around not very good, so I thought I'd really practice today for this build. And here you can see me doing some weird little sculpture thing. I also thought I'd just have a bit of fun with this. So we're making a kind of experiment with all of these half walls. We kind of do some diagonals, and in the end it does turn out to look quite nice, but we experiment with it so much that I might have to skip forward a little bit because honestly it takes me forever. Okay, so we've skipped ahead a little bit so you can kind of start to see it taking shape a little bit. I don't know, I just wanted to try and make a little, I don't know, just something interesting. And I think it's always good to kind of challenge yourself and experiment when you're building. This was something completely new for me. I just took it and ran with it, and you can't really interact with it even that much in the end. We put some nice like lighting in it in the end, but yeah, it was an experience to make it, to say the least. The rest of the park is very nice and neat, I suppose. There's a couple of kind of sporadic trees, but we kind of try and make a little kind of community garden, I suppose. And the idea I think that I had for a lot of this, where there's a couple of ruins around, and I feel like it's probably an old kind of building or area that maybe was knocked down and then a park kind of grew over the top of it. So that's kind of the experiment that we're doing here. We do try and put in this kind of floor thing, but in the end I thought it looked a lot nicer, looked a lot more natural if it just didn't have that. I thought that kind of looked, it kind of looks interesting right now, but it doesn't really look like a real thing that would exist in a park. I feel like this more like a little gazebo, is that the right word? It looked a little bit more realistic. And do we do this in the end? I can't even remember exactly how this turns out, but yeah, it's starting to take shape. The lighting is so pretty in this game that I can imagine at different times of day as well. We do some nice kind of pattern work on the roof. I imagine it's going to look really nice. Yeah, I was really trying to experiment with all these different roof heights, all these different fencing kind of capabilities, but in the end I think we keep it a bit more simple because, yeah, it goes a bit crazy. There we go. I'm just like, nope, not going to have any of that. Yeah, it really annoyed me as well that we couldn't, I mean, obviously we can't do that sort of diagonal. It has to be a 90-degree angle. So we can't do a sort of nice, would that be an octagon, I think? But we do a kind of, yeah, little roof down there, some nice pattern work, so I think it works out in the end. So how is everyone? I am really enjoying doing these recordings so far. Do let me know if you have any ideas for any more builds for me to do, especially, I think. I'd love to hear your suggestions. I do obviously want to do some restaurants really soon, but I'm still sorting out how I'm going to pay for it, just because my bank is changing. So once that is done, I will be able to make some really cool restaurants. I'm thinking, I mean, I put a little clue out on Twitter the other day. If you don't follow me on Twitter, by the way, I feel like most of you have come from Twitter right now, but just in case, it's at Maddiology, as well as my Instagram and this channel as well. I managed to fit it in. Finally, my my channel and my Twitter actually matches. we do some nice plants around here, and I think this makes it look a lot more park-ish, if that's not a strange thing to say. We did struggle sometimes to kind of fit them around the foundation level, because as you can see, there is a kind of little foundation level that we've got there, and it wants to, I think most things want to snap to above that foundation level, but we make it work with I use the bb.movobejcts cheat all the time. So you just open up the cheat box using, God, what even is it? I can't really remember. Is it ctrl+c? And I just do it so naturally now, I've kind of forgotten how to do it, but maybe I'll put the actual things in the description just in case I get this wrong. But yeah, it's ctrl+c and then bb.movobejcts, just type in that, and it makes everything easily fittable to, yeah, anywhere you want it. And then you can use the Alt key to kind of swirl stuff around and make it a lot more smooth. So yeah, there's so many possibilities. I can't believe, I mean, I didn't have The Sims 3, and I know that's a really shocking thing to hear from some like avid Sims lovers, but basically at the time I didn't really think I could afford it. I'm kind of glad looking back now that I didn't go for it in the end, because I feel like now that I have The Sims 4, I can kind of be like, well, I didn't have The Sims 3, so I don't mind spending my money on this game. But yeah, I heard really, really good things about The Sims 3, so I sometimes do wish that I had experienced that as well, like all of the customizable, is that a word? The customizable colour, like swatches and things like that. That looked so fun. I wish we had something like that in The Sims 4, because I'd just be going crazy with my colours. But I did have The Sims 2 and The Sims 1, obviously. I had every single expansion for The Sims 1. And then Sims 2 I had like University and Nightlife. I think those were the two that I had. I can't really remember. But I played it all the time. I absolutely loved them. I've forgotten what my point was, but it was just, yeah, I played it all the time. And I'd love to go back. Sometimes I wish I could have my old saves, which are 100% lost now forever, but I wish I could go back and just see the kind of builds that I'd be making back then. I guess it's just about the whole like choice of things, and yeah, that's it. Like the fact, I don't think I knew if there was a move objects cheat in The Sims 2, I don't think I knew about it, so having this as an option, yeah, I think that's really what made me start watching Sims videos. I've been watching Deligracy and The Sim Supply, which are two of my favourite Sim channels to watch, for, God, a couple of years now, I think. And they whilst they were still playing The Sims 3, and I would just watch them because it would be really fun to be like, oh, I wish I could create stuff. So when The Sims 4 came out, I was like, I have to get this. And I feel like I've already started lighting those flames in other people's eyes as well, being like, I've had a couple of comments for people saying, oh, I need to play The Sims again, or oh, I wish I had The Sims. It is just, yeah, it's really hard to like watch The Sims and just not want to play it. It's such a nice thing. Look at how this is coming on quite a lot. I haven't talked about it for a while, but I hope you can just keep watching. I'm just kind of putting all the plants around, making it look really nice. I'm putting this really lovely lantern. I love using this lantern, especially on the higher walls. And yeah, that sort of sets the place for the entire park, really. I guess it's kind of, I don't think we even named the park anything particularly. At the moment it's called Twin Oracle Point. Is that actually what it says? I can't really see it, it's on a smaller screen for me. But that, we didn't name the park anything. I'm sure I will in the title of this video, and when I put it on the gallery. It's not on the gallery yet, but I hope by the time I put this up it will be, so you can download it for your own game if you would like to. We do some fun split leveling stuff with some bushes as well, which I wanted to do for ages. We also do, I think right now I'm looking up how to do the half the half tile thing, because I always forget, and I believe it is, is it Ctrl+F again, I'll try and put a couple of the cheats that I use in the description below so you can use them in your own game, because yeah, I guess a lot of people, especially if you don't watch other people play Sims, might not know that. But I think adding in these half tiles really make it look more realistic, which is very, very nice. Putting in some pathways here. I wish I don't know if it's just me, but do we not have the exact type of path that is on the front of the lot? Like, you know, the actual pavement? Do we not have those in actual paving slabs? Because I feel like it would be really nice to literally just continue the paving slabs that we have at the front into the park. That's kind of what I want to be able to do, but we go for a nice kind of very similar looking pathway, I think. I can't remember if this is the final one. Do we go for a red brick in the end? We go for a red kind of colour for everything else. No, I think we stay with that one because that is looking the nicest at the moment. But yeah, as you can see, we make these kind of flower beds at the top here with using the foundation levels. I just think that's kind of nice. I haven't seen that done in The Sims. I mean, I probably have somewhere, but I don't really remember. We kind of add lots more flowers to them. That's the other thing as well, like if I had colour swatches for exactly what colour my flowers would be, that would be awesome. Like, because obviously as a designer, as an illustrator, I love using colour, and I love having, like, in a way I do enjoy having the kind of restrictions of the Sims videos, but I also not Sims videos, sorry, I just got away with my thoughts there, but yeah, in the restrictions of the Sims colour palettes, like, that's kind of fun to have that limitation, but it's also annoying sometimes. I wish we had, like, I'd love to do a whole, like, orange flower bed, for example, but we kind of have to mix and match our colours a little bit more. But yeah, we do some nice little hedgeways, kind of make it a little bit more private. I guess this is a cute little private walkway through the flowers. I can imagine some really cute screenshots here, guys, just saying. And yeah, we kind of build up the park from here, really. I did want to use those nice, really neat hedges that you can see there with a bunch of little shapes, but I didn't use them in the end. I find them kind of hard to use in an open space like this. I feel like they're maybe more suited to like an entranceway, perhaps. We do a nice little, I think there are a couple of fountains around, or is this the only one now? No, we do a couple of like natural pools, or we do one little natural pool, and this is like a more man-made thing, and I think it works out really nicely in the end. Wanted to add, did we add that in the end? No, I think we just mainly go for green. I wanted to add the nice blossom because I love that blossom water effect that we have now with the natural pool, but I just didn't think it suited, so I thought there could be petals from the little hedges that you can see next to it. So I guess you can, I made it so you could like walk around in there. Again, very cute. This would be an awesome wedding venue. I'd love to see that. I think you have, oh yes, we put an underground toilet as well, because I thought that was kind of interesting. And this is a nice little, I'm not really sure. I just know that in the other parks, like we went to, in our Let's Play, we went to the park in Oasis Springs, and it had that kind of little reading nook area, and I thought that was just really nice to include. When you're out for a day, you kind of have some skill building items and some interaction stuff, like just more things to do. I think that's really important in build as well. Like, it's all very well making it look pretty, but if your Sims are bored or they can literally just walk around and that's it, then I don't know, it's not quite as fun. But yeah, just this tiny little build. I think this changes quite a bit as well. I wanted it to be, I wasn't quite sure at this stage how old we were going to make this building, but I think it works out nicely in the end. I imagine this is probably like a newer build, but trying to like fit in with the landscape, that kind of thing, because we do have this lovely old fountain here. Oh yeah, this is another nice fountain. I don't know if we keep it there. I can't quite remember. But around that we have some old ruins, which I thought was a nice addition. We could have gone crazier with the ruins, but I didn't want anything like too in the way. Like, I don't know. Maybe if it was in Windenburg, that would be cool to add a lot more ruins, but for now I just thought it'd be nice. I love those windows. Actually I love all the windows that we use in this. They're my favourite 2 big windows that we use. I just love the old style windows, I think. Some little flowers in there. They're quite cute. They're from the garden expansion. I do tend to mix my packs. Apologies for if you did want to download this and you don't have a couple of different ones. The only pack that I don't own is the spooky stuff, because by the time I'd got it, or by the time I was thinking of getting it, it was already like Halloween was over, and I thought I'd rather like spend my money on another pack some other time. That's how I spend my money. I'm like, well, if I don't buy this one, then I don't feel as guilty for buying the next one. And so far I don't think I've kind of lost much from not getting that pack. A couple of times I wish that I had a bit more of the like rundown. I think they have some nice kind of haunted house wallpapers and stuff which look a little bit shabby, which would be quite nice, but I don't mind not having it. Maybe I'll get it next Halloween. And yeah, putting in some yeah, that's the other thing as well. I don't know why it makes it so difficult to snap like to the foundation level. I feel like grasses and like greenery should naturally go to like the lower ground, if anything. I mean, obviously that's useful if you do want to put like what's it called, greenery on your foundation level, but yeah, this more often than not you want to put it like right next to the foundation level and not on top of it. Do another bit of half tiling here, adding in a little tree. But yeah, I'm just still not very good at adding trees around and making it look like it's not just a person adding a tree somewhere. And maybe that's just me, like, because I see other people do it like really naturally. So it might just be me. But yeah, we make it quite a nice little maze, really. This was kind of, I wanted it to feel like you could just walk around it and experience. And I think I've said before, I wish that we could have it so that Sims could like walk around whilst talking to each other. Like they'd be slowly walking to an area and they'd still be chatting, because that would be really, really nice, especially for Let's Plays where you want to interact with the Sims, but you also just want to like walk around the nice area. Putting in some rocks here. I love when we can kind of build up the rocks. And here's when I decide I want to put in this kind of thing, which I just thought looked really nice. It's as if it's kind of built into the surroundings. Sadly, we don't have an exact colourway for those ruins that is exactly the same as those rocks, but I guess it doesn't necessarily have to be, or the rocks might be a little bit older anyway, so they'd be darker, or they're kind of more rubbly, so they'd be darker, so I'm not too worried about that. Another little entrance to the park, but you know what I mean? Like, I wish we could go straight up to that pathway there and kind of merge into it, because I think it would look a whole lot more natural, but oh well, it doesn't matter. You can see me struggling to fit in those little what are they called, like topiary? Is that what the name is? Where that you kind of shave trees into certain shapes. You can see me struggling to fit those in there, but I wanted to put a nice entranceway, but I thought that was all a bit too much. Then this just me like placing some objects that I think might be useful. I do have a fun thing with this object, which I absolutely love that we have. I want more just like random items that we can kind of use for other things, because I feel like I've seen some really cool builds where they use this as a roof or as like a little conservatory kind of thing, and today I am using it as a greenhouse, like an open air greenhouse, and I think it looks really nice in the end, although I do make a rookie error and I place it before placing the floor tiles, so I have to move it and then I have to move the windows. Here's me like trying to get around it and then me being like, oh no, I'll just move the windows, it's fine. We put in a bunch of little potted plants and things, and I think it just looks really nice. This is kind of what I'm talking about when I say about the communal garden area. Try and add a door, but I just don't think it's necessary in the end. Yeah, you can plant your own things in here. I actually don't know if Sims will I think they'll be able to get in there and plant. I don't see why not. We don't like make it crazy hard to get into, I don't think. Just some really nice things. Every time I come across an object that I want to use, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna just pop it over there for now so I don't forget anything. We use these nice like trestle tables as well. I thought they worked well in this little park. You have like a couple of different layers sometimes in a greenhouse. Things on tables, things underneath. I really wanted to make it like a nice green space. Again, really cute for, I guess, just having dates and stuff. So we are getting to the end of this part now. Join me in the next part where we will be finishing off and we'll have some screenshots. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys really soon. Bye!